Don't settle for bad socks. Get comfort and grip at an affordable price with Pure Grip Socks Pro. Choose from 18 different colors at puregripsocks.com.
If you're a fan of the Nike Premier series, specifically the latest model, the Premier 3, there are two things that you need to know. Number one, the price has increased from $110 to $120. And number two, the upper, according to Nike, has gone from kangaroo leather to full synthetic. However, it's not all bad news because it would appear that we have a bit of a misinformation situation. Number one, I think that the latest colorways of the Premier look incredible. This Nike GS inspired one with black at the back and the Volt yellow toe is just super cool. And the same thing goes for this chrome lime R9 Vapor colorway with the silver upper and lime studs. But here's the thing. These are both listed as full synthetic on Nike's own website. However, if you look at the leather area at the front that's supposed to be synthetic, it's still pretty leather-like on both of them. If this is synthetic, then I've been fooled. Except I don't think I've been fooled. I think this is actually still kangaroo leather. Nothing has changed yet, but I do think that change is coming because you will find that while Nike has listed these as well as all past colorways of the Nike Premier that are in fact kangaroo leather as synthetic uppers in the tech specs, that just tells me that whoever updated Nike's website simply was just doing whatever they were told without realizing that they were making a huge mistake. And you'll find plenty of retailers that have these boots are still listing them as kangaroo leather. So with that information, along with the fact that if you look at the edge of this material, it's still very leather-like in terms of the rough cut that you can actually see, I am led to believe that both the Nike GS and the chrome lime colorways, despite being listed as synthetic, are still in fact kangaroo leather. Both of which, by the way, you can get below their normal retail prices by way of some exclusive SR4U coupon codes via the first link down below. Obviously, some clarification from Nike would very much be appreciated, but when the brand did announce that they would no longer be utilizing kangaroo leather on any of their products, the days for the Nike Tiempo series were obviously numbered, where the Legend 9 to the Legend 10 switched from kangaroo leather to full synthetic. The Nike Premier 3 is the one boot in their lineup that still hasn't been affected, but we did know that eventually that change would be made. It looks like they're going to be making it on the Premier 3 without releasing a new model, which I think is a little bit deceptive. If they're going to switch the upper of this football boot, I think it should be a brand new name. Call it the Premier 4, at least let people know that there is in fact a change. But as of right now, I don't see that that change has actually been put into effect. So as it stands right now, for these two colorways as well as all the previous ones, this is still a kangaroo leather football boot. Obviously, you're going to pay the $10 premium for these latest colorways as there has been a price increase, but it would appear that you're still getting that kangaroo leather material in the forefoot, which is very easy to see on this particular colorway. Everything in Volt yellow is kangaroo leather. Everything back of that is a combination of a different type of leather. You can see it here through the midfoot on top of the Nike swoosh, but then where the laces are positioned as well as around the heel area, that is very clearly a synthetic material, along with, of course, this shiny swoosh on this colorway. And the same thing goes for the fold-over flap tongue, as well as the tongue itself. This is definitely made from a synthetic material, but in terms of giving you that nice traditional feel, especially with the central lacing system and U-throat construction, the Nike Premier 3 at this point arguably feels more like a classic Nike Tiempo than the Tiempo Legend 10 does. Is it the best value for money leather boot on the market right now? I guess that's up for debate, and obviously the price increase doesn't help its case. I would personally make the argument that the New Balance 442 version 2 Pro, despite being $10 more than even these, would be the better option, and for sure does get you the kangaroo leather in the forefoot. They're also a little bit lighter. I would make the argument that they're a little bit more comfortable as well. You even have the option of regular or wide fit, but I think what I love so much about the Premier 3 is its overall simplicity in terms of fit As far as touch is concerned, and as far as the sole plate and stud pattern goes, it's super simple in terms of just being a solid piece of plastic, plenty of flexibility through the forefoot, with a stud pattern and general shaping to the studs that is a little bit old school, but still provides plenty of bite. I like the fact that the studs aren't overly long, so while the aggressiveness of this traction pattern might not be to the same standard as what you'll find from some of the more heavily marketed kind of flagship options from Nike as well as other brands, the traction on offer is still plenty sufficient for the vast majority. If you're a no-nonsense type of person when it comes to your football boots, I think there's a lot to like about the Premier 3. On feet, there are no differences to report here, and that is again due to the fact that I really do think these are exactly the same as every other colorway of the Premier 3, and that it does have a kangaroo leather upper, but if in fact this is synthetic, I'm really impressed with it. It feels like leather on your foot, it stretches like leather, it bends like leather, it offers the touch on the ball that you would expect from leather. Is it the best kangaroo leather on the market? Absolutely not. You can definitely get better quality out there, but obviously from football boots, that costs significantly more. So for what these cost, even at $120, there's very little to complain about here. They're soft, they're comfortable, they fit exceptionally well. They are, like I described earlier, just a no-nonsense pair of football boots. From a width perspective, I would say they have decent width to them to the point where they will work really well for the vast majority of foot types out there, especially with that nice deep central lacing system and U-throat construction. As long as you don't have ridiculously wide feet, these should work well for just about anybody. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you are looking to get a pair for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size. But there you have it, the updates, or I guess lack thereof, to the Nike Premier 3. I'm sure we will revisit this topic in the future, but let me know your thoughts on the Premier potentially transitioning to synthetic in the very near future down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.